For years now, Vista Residences, the condominium development arm of the country's largest home builder, Vista Land and Lifescapes Incorporated, has been providing quality condominium properties to the larger scale of Filipinos. It has been one of the active players in Manila for developing condos to cater to the needs of Filipino and foreign investors, young professionals, and students looking for a home in the city that can provide convenience, comfort, and access to almost everything through the years. At present, Vista Residences has over 39 condominium projects in metro cities, 3 of which are located along Taft Avenue in Malate, Manila. Amid the pandemic, Vista Residences is yet to launch another condominium property. A joint venture between Vista Residences and Mitsubishi Estate Corporation, this fourth condo project is dubbed as the first Japanese-inspired condominium development in Manila in honor of the partnership between the two companies. You can experience the warm condo living vibe of Japan at the historic and premium area of Taft Avenue, Malate, Manila. It is strategically located just a few minutes away from the prestigious universities in our country, such as De La Salle University, College of St. Benilde, and St. Scholastica's College. Heading to different areas of the National Capital Region is made conveniently, as Vista Residences condominiums are just a few minutes away from transportation hubs in the country.
Nothing is as precious as life's fleeting moments. In them, we feel alive. In them, we see the things that matter most. Vista Residences lets you live in these moments by being just a heartbeat away from everything. Whether in pursuit of dreams or in pursuit of the best things in life, no one should be too far away from where their passions reside. We create beautiful spaces to live in the middle of the city, so anyone can make of the moment and live those moments beautifully. At Vista Residences, we're proud to build according to the idea of the global Filipino. We set our sights to global standards while keeping to a distinctly Filipino touch. At Vista Residences, one will never be away from where the heart is, because we will always be in the heart of the city. Whether for leasing or for owning, make an investment that matters. Invest in Vista Residences. It is where life's best moments happen.
For years now, Vista Residences, the condominium development arm of the country's largest home builder, Vista Land and Lifescapes Incorporated, has been providing quality condominium properties to the larger scale of Filipinos. It has been one of the active players in Manila for developing condos to cater to the needs of Filipino and foreign investors, young professionals, and students looking for a home in the city that can provide convenience, comfort, and access to almost everything through the years. At present, Vista Residences has over 39 condominium projects in metro cities, 3 of which are located along Taft Avenue in Malate, Manila. Amid the pandemic, Vista Residences is yet to launch another condominium property. A joint venture between Vista Residences and Mitsubishi Estate Corporation, this fourth condo project is dubbed as the first Japanese-inspired condominium development in Manila in honor of the partnership between the two companies. You can experience the warm condo living vibe of Japan at the historic and premium area of Taft Avenue, Malate, Manila. It is strategically located just a few minutes away from the prestigious universities in our country, such as De La Salle University, College of St. Benilde, and St. Scholastica's College. Heading to different areas of the National Capital Region is made conveniently, as Vista Residences condominiums are just a few minutes away from transportation hubs in the country.
Nothing is as precious as life's fleeting moments. In them, we feel alive. In them, we see the things that matter most. Vista Residences lets you live in these moments by being just a heartbeat away from everything. Whether in pursuit of dreams or in pursuit of the best things in life, no one should be too far away from where their passions reside. We create beautiful spaces to live in the middle of the city, so anyone can make of the moment and live those moments beautifully. At Vista Residences, we're proud to build according to the idea of the global Filipino. We set our sights to global standards while keeping to a distinctly Filipino touch. At Vista Residences, one will never be away from where the heart is, because we will always be in the heart of the city. Whether for leasing or for owning, make an investment that matters. Invest in Vista Residences. It is where life's best moments happen.
For years now, Vista Residences, the condominium development arm of the country's largest home builder, Vista Land and Lifescapes Incorporated, has been providing quality condominium properties to the larger scale of Filipinos. It has been one of the active players in Manila for developing condos to cater to the needs of Filipino and foreign investors, young professionals, and students looking for a home in the city that can provide convenience, comfort, and access to almost everything through the years. At present, Vista Residences has over 39 condominium projects in metro cities, 3 of which are located along Taft Avenue in Malate, Manila. Amid the pandemic, Vista Residences is yet to launch another condominium property. A joint venture between Vista Residences and Mitsubishi Estate Corporation, this fourth condo project is dubbed as the first Japanese-inspired condominium development in Manila in honor of the partnership between the two companies. You can experience the warm condo living vibe of Japan at the historic and premium area of Taft Avenue, Malate, Manila. It is strategically located just a few minutes away from the prestigious universities in our country, such as De La Salle University, College of St. Benilde, and St. Scholastica's College. Heading to different areas of the National Capital Region is made conveniently, as Vista Residences condominiums are just a few minutes away from transportation hubs in the country.
Nothing is as precious as life's fleeting moments. In them, we feel alive. In them, we see the things that matter most. Vista Residences lets you live in these moments by being just a heartbeat away from everything. Whether in pursuit of dreams or in pursuit of the best things in life, no one should be too far away from where their passions reside. We create beautiful spaces to live in the middle of the city, so anyone can make of the moment and live those moments beautifully. At Vista Residences, we're proud to build according to the idea of the global Filipino. We set our sights to global standards while keeping to a distinctly Filipino touch. At Vista Residences, one will never be away from where the heart is, because we will always be in the heart of the city. Whether for leasing or for owning, make an investment that matters. Invest in Vista Residences. It is where life's best moments happen.
Hello? Hello, everyone. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jake from Suarez Residences, Cebu. And of course, I am accompanied by my partner here, Miggy, who is in Mandaluyong City. So, hi, Miggy.
Okay. Hi guys. So again, I'm Miggy. So we would like to welcome you to another episode of Investment Lab.
Yes, so we hope everyone still has enough energy to go through the week. So, with that being said, happy Wednesday to everyone. So, Miggy, how's your beer month so far? Anything in particular you're looking forward to?
I guess for me, I'm really looking forward to Christmas already. Since from
Mm,
September 1 pa lang, nagpe-play na lahat ng Christmas music from
mm,
morning till night. So,
yeah.
paano naman yung viewers natin? So, what are
Mm.
the things you're looking forward to this Burr months? So, comment down below what you're looking forward to and we'll try to get to them.
Comment down below,
Yeah.
guys.
So, yeah. So, pero while we're waiting, so Jake, ikaw naman, what are your terms? Oh wait, there it is. Oh, okay. So we have our first comment already. So Sergio Sel de los Santos, yes, Christmas is coming. Yes, thank
Yes.
you, talaga.
So our second is Ma'am Marjorie. Gifts from my ninangs. Of course, gifts are always very good to receive in Christmas season.
Then another comment we have from Sir Chino, yung sobrang daming foods and pagkain kapag bare months, no diet. Ah yes, tama
No,
naman. Hindi na, wala talagang diet sa bare months.
yeah.
Okay. So, mm,
So for our last comment, Miss Joel, of course, the very long weekend in the Christmas season. Of course, everyone's looking forward for that too.
okay, so yeah. So ikaw naman, Jake, what are you excited about the bare months?
So ako naman, Miggy, I'm looking forward to Halloween because of course we get together with my parents to celebrate All Saints Day and All Souls Day. So of course after this event we usually top it off with a Halloween party. So of course to enjoy the company of family.
Okay, so I see. So grabe talaga. Ang daming ganap talaga pag bare months, no? So I hope everyone is also excited for that.
So yes, that's why we welcome you all today to Investment Lab Financial Freedom amidst the pandemic. So we will be your host for today's very timely topic on financial planning. So Miggy, are you excited for what's in store for us today?
Of course. That's why before we start, I would like to invite everyone to join our like and share contest for this live stream. So all you have to do is like, share, and drop a comment on the live stream today. So again, like and share the live stream, then drop a comment down below. Then you will be able to have a chance to be part of our three lucky winners.
So that's very exciting indeed. So I encourage you all to join and be one of our lucky winners of our like and share live stream raffle promo. So by simply just liking and sharing, you will have a chance to win 500 pesos now.
Okay, that is why do not forget to like and share so you can be one of our lucky winners. All right. So moving on to the next part of our program, let us all welcome our speaker for today. So to introduce her, Uh, so our guest speaker for today is the founder and CEO of Wise Peso. She was a 2021 National Achievers Club qualifier. She was also a Branch Achievers Club awardee, a Life Club Pro qualifier. She also top elite acer for sectoral level and top agent from branch level. So yes, so she is also a multi-awarded licensed financial advisor. So ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Tehila Manugtat.
And hello, everyone. First of all, I want to thank Vista Residences for inviting me here today. And I also want to say hello to our viewers on Facebook and on YouTube as well. And I'm super excited. So, right now, I'll be talking about how to achieve financial freedom despite of the pandemic that's been going on. Okay, so let me share my screen first. All right. Okay. So in here, ayan. Nakikita na ba yung screen ko? Okay. So ayan. So right now I'll be talking about how to achieve financial freedom amidst the pandemic that's been going on right now. So okay, the objectives of this talk is number one, to understand the importance of personal finance. The second is to attempt, ayan, to change your mindset about money. So attempt lang. I hope I would be successful by the end of this talk. And lastly, learn the basics of investing and building wealth. So, by being able to learn all of these, you'll know how we can achieve financial freedom no matter what challenges we may face, mapa-pandemic man yan, or anything, you'll still be able to achieve financial success. So, ayun, I was already introduced. Ayan. But again, I'm a licensed financial advisor which have received multiple recognitions already, including Life Club Pro, National Achievers Club, and also I'm a certified associate financial planner. And and lastly, I am the content creator behind the Wise Peso TikTok finance channel with over 65,000 followers, 400,000 likes, and 5 million views, dedicated to spreading financial literacy and uplifting individuals to achieve financial freedom. So, if you guys like short but full of knowledge video contents, then you can check that out. So with this, no, I usually get a lot of questions like, what's the course that I took? How did I get into the finance industry? And how did I become so well in this industry? So just a disclaimer, no, marketing management. So my course isn't really related in finance. So I want to emphasize that because I want to let you know that anyone anyone can handle their personal finances properly with the help of the knowledge that we gain online from reading and also from attending webinars like this. All right. Okay. So what's the point of learning about personal finance? So ultimately, it's really for financial freedom. So, learning about personal finance is really the first step to financial freedom. So, we probably hear this a lot, like a lot of people wants to achieve financial freedom, but what exactly is it? Talaga yung financial freedom. So, financial freedom is usually associated with retirement, or basically not having to worry about money when you're doing the things that you love to do. So, okay, this is an answer or an explanation about financial freedom that I really like. So, this is from an Instagram story that Heart posted. So, I personally really love Heart Evangelista because, she's very amazing, very witty, and also when it comes to finances, she's really good. So, can you comment below who else loves Heart Evangelista? Ayan. I love participation, guys. I want to see your comments and stuff like that. So, ayan. So, as you can see in here, no, let's read. Nothing beats sleeping well at night, knowing you'll be fine for the next 10 years of your life. So, 'di ba? Imagine that, not having to worry about the next 10, 20, 30, or even 40 years of your life, 'di ba? That's what financial freedom is. So, ayun siya. Okay. So, what is the current landscape of retirement in the Philippines? So, we've talked about retirement, so let's go deep into it. So, according to the National Statistical Coordination Board, as you can see in here, so Filipino men live up to 67.61, or let's say 68, and Filipino women live up to 73 on average. So, we are encouraged, diba? We are encouraged to retire at 60 more or less. Well, most of the time there are really less work opportunities for us where when we're in the later years of our life. So imagine no retiring at 60, but you are just estimated to live until 68 or 73. So that's 8 to 13 years of you possibly not earning anymore, or you just really sustaining yourself from your savings from your retirement fund. So, according to its time findings, as you can see in here, out of 100 retirees, there are only 2% that are financially independent. Imagine, guys, 2% only that are financially independent. So, 23% in here continue to work because they have to. And then 30% rely on charity. So, it can be private or public charity. And 45% still depend on their relatives. And this is very evident in the Filipino community, no? Because you can always see like maybe 3 to 4 generations at a time in the same home. And ayun, sometimes kasi we want them to stay with us, pero a lot of times, 'di ba, because they just don't have a choice. Kasi they need to stay with their children or their grandchildren kasi they cannot sustain themselves, 'di ba? So that's basically it. And as you can see in here as well, the average monthly pension in the Philippines is only 8,000 pesos. So that came from the SSS contribution table. So basically, that's saying that if you retire, you're going to receive a pension of 8,000 pesos lang. Diba, guys? So if that's your only retirement fund, then that's more or less what you'll be receiving. So it's up to you if 8,000 is enough or not. So for you ba guys, ayan, sa mga viewers natin, do you think 8,000 pesos pension is enough for you to live comfortably? Ayan, can you comment below? Can you comment? I want to see your thoughts on this 8,000 pesos retirement fund. Is it okay? Okay. So as I see it, no, guys, majority of the people and cannot really sustain themselves properly and cannot live a comfortable life with 8,000 pesos. Especially that when majority of Filipinos retire, diba, they still don't own their own home. So, kailangan pa nilang mag-rent and of course their daily food and utilities pa, right? Okay. So, why is it the current landscape? So, one of the reasons is because of the rat race. Okay, so I'm sure that the majority of you know Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the famous book Rich Dad Poor Dad. So, ayun, sino dito yung mga fans ni Robert Kiyosaki? Yung mga nakabasa ng ng Rich Dad Poor Dad. Ayan. Can you comment? Ayan. Okay, so etong rat race, this is one concept there. And I just added some things in here. So in this cycle, let's start first with working. Ayan. So working hard. What drives you to work hard? Ano ba yung nakakagdadrive sa atin para magtrabaho? ng masipag, magsipag magtrabaho, 'di ba? So most of the time it's fear because you don't want to live an uncomfortable life, 'di ba? And when you work hard, 'di ba, you receive income, you earn money, and when you earn money, you pay your bills. And then if there's something left, sinasabi mo sa sarili mo na, oh, I deserve this because I worked hard. Kailangan ko naman mag-shopping or I want to reward myself, and that's where envy comes in. And when lockdown started, I'm na a lot of you are very familiar with the word budol. Ayan. Sino dyan yung mga nabubudol? Okay. So, here, nabubudol tayo. So, we spend on our lifestyle, may it be shopping or eating out or traveling, etc. So, basically, things that are not needed naman. So, there's nothing wrong naman with spending on yourself, but just always remember to be wise with it, be wise with your spending, because sometimes we tend to overspend and we cannot realize it. So when we overspend and when we look on our savings, we feel guilty na because if you've been working so hard and then you're going to ask yourself, why haven't I been saving? Yun, parang you feel guilty for yourself then kasi you've dedicated a lot of months or years na din to work eh. And then wala pa ring savings. Diba? So, in here, if walang savings, if there's an emergency, and if an emergency comes up and you don't have savings, then you go into debt, into real debt. Diba? You have to borrow money because maybe your car broke down or you got sick or a family member got sick, which is very evident right now. A lot of people are getting sick, and I know that you guys are really familiar with that. And you are not, if you are not insured or you are not prepared, of course it's gonna take you a lot of money. And ayaw natin yon, di ba? We don't want to borrow money, syempre, kasi that's not something that we can be proud of. And that's when we feel shame on ourselves na nangutang na naman ako, ganon. So it's a cycle. Your fear now is being diverted into not being able to pay that debt, and then you earn again, and then you pay again, and then you give into your lifestyle and then lack savings, and then again you go into another debt. So ayun, paulit-ulit lang siya. It's an ending cycle, 'di ba? Yung rat race. So okay. Paano ba natin ma-escape yung rat race? How can we escape it? Okay. So basically, we can escape the rat race through financial literacy. Ayan. And I know it sounds so simple na, yeah, I just, need to be financially literate and I'll be rich or I'll be financially free na. But take a look on this, guys. Why is this still the current landscape as well in the Philippines? Okay. So as you can see in here, why majority of Pinoys are poor? So in here, 74.7 or almost 75% belongs to the lower class families for Filipinos, which earns 328,000 a year. So that's around 27,000 a month. Now, the Filipino family statistics are 2 parents and 2 children. So for a family of 4, earning 27,000 a month. So medyo maliit siya, no, for a family of 4. So 75% of Filipinos are under that margin. Now, only 25% are financially literate. So if you see here, ayun, parang there's a relation to the 75% who lived in the lower class and 25% that are financially free. I'm not, saying that there's an overlap, but there seems to be a pattern here. Ganito na yung nagiging pattern niya. So, as you can see in here as well, 89% of Filipino youth rely so much on their parents' financial knowledge. Again, tragic to because of number two. Only 25% are financially literate. So it's like the blind leading the blind. So you yourself, if you're a parent that might not necessarily know anything or not too much about personal finance or financial literacy, and you pass that on to your children, they're going to inherit the same knowledge or maybe no knowledge at all. And the last statistics that we can see in here is less than 5% of Filipino families saves regularly and has a family budget. So less than 5%, guys. So that is the lowest number of people who saves regularly in Asia. The lowest. Okay, so not one of the lowest, but the lowest. So it is very alarming, no, guys. We don't want to stay in that position, di ba? So we want to save regularly, and kasi if Filipinos, practice discipline into saving, investing, and then basically they would have a better, comfortable life. And if Filipinos become rich or Filipinos have more comfortable life, then the Philippines will become a rich country, and that's what we want. Diba? We don't want to stay as a third world country, diba, all the time. We want to revolve naman. So, yeah, that's what we have to do. Gain discipline and think of our future as well. Okay. So, here's a small comic to break out all the statistics. Okay, so let's say that this is Juan and Pedro. So Juan says, Pedro, why bother budget? And then Pedro says, so we can worry before we spend money as well as afterwards. And, I feel like a lot of us Filipinos are dealing with our finances this way. We don't want to deal with it because we don't want to know how much we're spending, how much money we could have saved, diba? We don't want to acknowledge that there is a problem because money is such a taboo topic, which it shouldn't be, diba? I'm sure that you guys are very aware with that, na parang pag sinabi na pinag-uusapan yung pera, ay, mukhang pera, ganyan, 'di ba? You shouldn't be that way, 'di ba? Hindi dapat ganyan. Money is evil daw, which 'di ba, hindi naman talaga. So, ayun, it shouldn't be a taboo topic. So, let's normalize talking about money, talking about financial literacy. So, ayun, kasi mahirap na when it comes to approaching your money and finances, you avoid it altogether. So, ayun, I've mentioned a couple of words in here from the rat race and this one. We develop fear, envy, shame, guilt that we're not saving, anxiety, and avoidance of how our money goes, diba? Okay. So, we often think, diba, that personal finance or saving is just math and numbers, right? So a lot of people don't deal with their finances because they think that, oh, I'm not good in math, I'm not good in numbers, ganyan. And if I'm gonna be saving naman or if I'm gonna be investing, maliit na lang naman yung natitira sa sahod ko, ganon. So, instead of saving, I will just spend it on the things that I want, diba? On the latest gadgets, on the latest clothes, diba? So, some people deal with money that way, diba? They think that if you start saving and if you start investing, you need a big amount of money agad, which not it's not really that way, diba? Because money is not a numbers game. Savings or investing is not a numbers game. It is all about psychology. So, saving, investing, managing your finances, personal finance as a whole is not really just about math and numbers. So, it's really about psychology. And this is why I said earlier as one of my objectives, because I want to attempt change your mindset about money, that you have to figure out why you are dealing with your finances, 'di ba? Kasi kailangan ko 'to, 'di ba? I want to plan for my future. I want a solid financial plan, 'di ba? Para sa future ko, pag-save ako, makapag-invest ako sa mga pangarap ko, 'di ba? So, you have to figure out the emotions tied to talking about money, and you have to think of your dreams and stay committed to it. So you have to save and invest for you to be able to achieve it, kasi hindi pwedeng like nangangarap lang tayo na gusto kong magkaroon ng uh, future house, dream house, ganan. Gusto ko pag nagkaroon ako ng family, I want to give them a comfortable life. So it's good that you are thinking about that now. So if you guys are thinking about it, no, but let's let's not just think about it. Let's not just dream. Let's take action on it, diba? So that's it, diba? Let's start, thinking about our future. Working on it para ma-achieve natin siya. Okay. 'Di ba? Agree ba kayo, guys? Kayo ba, are you working on your dreams? Nagsisave and invest na ba kayo para ma-achieve niyo yung mga goals niyo, 'di ba, on time? 'Di ba? Dapat mga action takers tayo dito, hindi lang basta dreamers. Dapat action takers, 'di ba? Agree ba kayo diyan? Comment below. I want to see your comment. Ayan. Okay. So, here, as you can see in this photo, I think this is very familiar to most of us. So, diba? I personally think, or I personally love milk tea, having, diba, mga social. And then, we like shopping, we like eating. Ayan, we love samgyupsal, di ba? Sino yung mga mahilig sa samgyupsal dito? And, also we love the latest gadgets. So, as you can see in these photos, I'm sure that majority of you didn't have these, di ba? Before, especially when we were in school, we didn't have enough money just yet. So I also want to talk about my experiences and my shift in handling my finances. All right. So I personally experienced what we call lifestyle inflation. And if you guys are experiencing this as well, I would like you guys to acknowledge and realize that you're doing it, because the realization factor is very important. For me talagang nung narinig ko tong lifestyle inflation, parang, oh no, this is what's happening to me. And then so I started researching more about this, because 2 years after working, my bank account, it stays the same. It remains the same as when I started working. And given that the job that I used to have before naman was a distant earning business. And it's all because of these things na nakikita nyo. I used to always, eat out, yung minsan kahit ako lang mag-isa, I still enjoy eating out. And another that I did before was stress eating. Ayan, stress eating, impulsive buying. So, yung tipong wala pa yung sahod before, 'di ba, nung working pa ako. Ayan, sa company before. Wala pa yung sahod, nakalista na yung mga bibilhin ko. So, mostly are clothes and some are girly things, mga makeup, mga damit, 'di ba? Ganon. So sino dito yung mga girly din? Ayan, mga mahilig mag-shopping. Okay, so ayan, and I also like buying unnecessary things din noon from the malls, ganyan. And, lagi ako nagpapabudol. Even with that time, di pa uso masyado yung budol na word. Pero, ayun yung madalas nangyayari sa akin noon. And again, these are all connected to our psychology and emotions. And also, regarding sa mga phones naman, no? So, sa mga techie, ganyan, mga mahilig sa mga latest gadgets, ganyan, no? When we come to think about it, no, we don't really need to upgrade our phones naman every 1 to 2 years, which is in contrary to what marketing materials everybody throws around us. Diba, right? Kapag gumagana pa naman, okay pa naman yung ano natin, yung phone natin, 'di ba? Pwede naman nating i-delay yung pag-upgrade muna, 'di ba? So, pwede naman gano'n. So, ayun. So, these are some things that when you realize you're doing them, you would be more conscious. And it's actually not really, to stop you from improving your lifestyle. I'm not saying naman that lifestyle inflation is bad, kasi lifestyle inflation is something that we really want to happen in our lives. We want to improve our lifestyle. We want to be more comfortable, but just make sure that you can truly afford the things that you are buying, because in achieving financial freedom, we have to be more conscious on our spending and spending on things with intent. So it has to be intentional. So, ayun. And also remember, guys, that, when you're spending on these things, it's money away from your savings, from your investments. And when you acknowledge that and accept that, you've already set a budget for it, and it wouldn't hurt your savings naman and investments, then by all means you can spend for it naman. So if budgeted naman siya, why not, 'di ba? If hindi mo naman mapapabayaan yung savings and investments mo for your future, why not, 'di ba? You can reward yourself, especially if you're doing a great job, 'di ba? So ayun siya. Okay, in here, as you can see, I want to quickly share with you guys the hedonic treadmill's cycle of desire. So, as you can see in this cycle, it starts with the want. And then, in my own experience, like for example, ako, one of my problems is really shopping. Ayan, katulad ng minention ko a while ago. So, I love going to the mall, shop often. So, dun sa why, papasok dito yung reasons and benefits. So, the reason is because it's fun for me. I love new things. I enjoy it. It's, my way of showing love to myself naman. Kasi, di ba, I've been, working so hard. Yun yung sinasabi ko sa sarili ko. So, in here, you convince yourself that you want it, that you need it, even though it's a want. You say to yourself na kailangan ko to, kahit naman sa totoo lang, gusto mo lang talaga yon, 'di ba? And then when you get that, the target is achieved, and you bought that item. When you bought that item, when you've settled into that habit of shopping, diba? For example, that becomes the new norm. The new state becomes the new norm, the new normal. So if you've noticed, guys, a lot of things have changed the last year, right? So the new normal is very overused phrase, diba? So there are a lot of things that, you know, for example, staying at home. If you're someone who barely stayed at home before, new normal na natin yung staying at home. 'Di ba? So it's hard for us to imagine going out already. So when you do something like, for example, before going out the mall, shopping, that I didn't even realize that I was spending like 10 to 15,000 just on shopping, and also eating out at the mall. Kasi syempre, when you're done shopping, 'di ba, kakain ka pa after. When instead, nung nag-start yung pandemic, I saw that, 'di ba, I can now spend maybe just 5K na lang on shopping kasi through online na lang, and nag-budget na din ako, 'di ba? Parang kaya naman pala 5K lang, 'di ba? Through online na lang, so di na din kumain pa sa labas, 'di ba? So that was a big realization to me na, you can save pa din without depriving yourself, basta on a budget. So you can still spend on the things that you want to buy, but always set a budget and just be disciplined and wise with your spending. Ayan. So, dapat, tayo, prudent spenders, ganyan. So, kayo ba, guys? Nakakapag-budget ba kayo, ganyan? Or medyo impulsive buyers pa din tayo? Can you share on the comments? Ayan. Can you share on the comments? Okay. So, okay, in here, another reminder would be to don't go broke trying to look rich. So, this is a very old saying, and I really like this reminder from time to time that I try to reason out sa sarili ko na hindi, kailangan ko to di ba? That I need something na alam ko naman sa sarili ko that I don't really need. Di ba? So, by looking at this, I try to stop myself from having lifestyle inflation because, once we get too comfortable kasi of having nice things, the tendency for us is to want nicer things, diba? Nicer things palagi. We are going to want more expensive things. So basically, we're spoil ourselves, diba? So that's what would happen. So looking back naman no, to all the things that I bought before, yung mga pinamili ko noon, na karamihan, I didn't use often din naman. I could have said no, 'di ba? I didn't need to buy all the pretty things that I see kasi not all are useful naman, because now my mindset isn't lifestyle inflation but delayed gratification. So dinidelay ko muna for a bigger reward in the future. So yun yung delayed gratification. So if I made sure that I can save a lot right now and I can invest, and not spend too much money on unnecessary things, then I can enjoy, diba? We can enjoy these things freely in the future, the things that we want. Because, there were times before, I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but I have experienced this personally. There were times before that I used to strive to save. There would be weeks, especially nung nag-aaral pa ako, there would be weeks that I won't eat out so much. Sobrang tinitipid ko yung sarili ko because I want to buy a certain thing. So it means that, 'Diba? I'm very unprepared nung time na yon. I'm very unprepared of the things that I want to buy. 'Diba? Parang 'di ba super impulsive nga, very unplanned. So, it's something that I realized that I didn't have to do naman pala. So, 'di ba? I could plan out on things, I could set a budget, I can enjoy these things without having to worry where to get the money for my kakikayan, 'di ba? For my meal. And if I had just waited a little bit longer, 'di ba? Okay. So now that I talked about the importance really of personal finance in achieving financial freedom, 'di ba? Ngayon naman, I have this five-step process in achieving financial freedom. So, I would talk about the first three muna, which are the basics. Okay. So first, ayan, of course, you have to earn because without earning, 'di ba, you cannot spend what you do not have. So, ayan, it's very important for us to have an income generating asset, a source of income, 'di ba? For us to be able to build our wealth, kailangan kumikita muna tayo. We have to have thing that produces money, 'di ba? That we could save, we could invest, and we could use to pay the important bills that we have. So I'd like to emphasize that you must have at least two streams of income. Okay. So this was very evident, 'di ba? During the lockdown, I've been telling people to have at least two streams of income even before the pandemic. And it was very evident that a lot of our fellow Filipinos lost their job and had gotten pay cuts. Diba? Madaming sa atin, madaming Pinoy na wala ng trabaho nung nag-start yung pandemic. And those that have a side hustle, they got to divert their attention and their efforts to their side hustle. Diba? So for me, it's very important that, you know, even if people to do business, I don't encourage people to spend all their life savings on a business venture or investments that promises a possible returns naman, and also like they're not really sure of. So it's good that you keep your day job, especially for people who likes the security blanket, 'di ba? And then start a side hustle on the side. And of course, 'di ba, if you are more passionate about your side hustle, of course you want to grow that to a point where it outgrows your day job, right? Pero if you're happy naman dun sa day job mo, if you're happy with your day job, then it would be amazing to have both, right? 'Di ba? It's always great to have a safety net, but it still depends on the person because there are people that are good employees, 'di ba? Talagang nag-excel sila as employees, 'di ba? And then, one example is my mom. She's a really good employee, but not, all people are meant to be employees. There are also people that are highly entrepreneurial, 'di ba? Mga mas risky people and mas, they think they would excel more if they are on business. So if you're that type, then that's good as well, 'di ba? All right. Okay. So how do we have a side hustle, 'di ba? What are the things that we have to do? So basically, you need to have knowledge and skills. So knowledge and skills can lead to additional income, as you can see in here. No? So for example, me, right now, I'm trying to figure out also how people earn from websites, diba? And I can see that there are, sponsorships, ads, affiliate marketing. And I've also gotten questions from my TikTok followers, TikTok viewers that, they're asking, I'm only a teenager, or I'm only 16 years old, 17 years old, 18 years old. How could I earn money for me to be able to save and invest as early as possible? And then this is my advice to them, because, at this time and age, the skills that you have, the different skills that you have, I guarantee you that it can be monetized, diba? Whether online or offline, especially online. So, for example, you are very good in photography, diba? You don't have to have a degree in photography in arts for you to be able to do a side hustle as a photographer, diba? Anyone can learn that skill, diba? Not as skilled as others, but can learn, especially, diba, at this age, no, everything, every skill that we have to learn, every skill that we want to learn, everything is in the internet already. Just one click, one search, diba? You can learn it. You can get that knowledge. You can get that skill, diba? Or let's say, for example, ayan, meron ditong mga viewers na they are really good in painting. Then you can, create a painting and then sell it. And then if you guys are good, you know, uh, good in talking, diba? You have a lot of people that then you can earn from your network. You can, if you know a person who sells, and if you know a person who wants to buy, then you can connect them and then you will already earn. Or if you guys are really good entrepreneurs and, communicators, you can try sales. Diba? So there are a lot of, things that you can do for you to earn money. So you just have to acquire the knowledge and skills that is needed for, diba, that job or that business that you want to start. So that's it. And if you guys are thinking about it now, diba, I'm rooting for you all, diba, mga action takers. I love action takers. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So number 2 is save. For me, saving means paying yourself first. Okay, so this is very important, no, that we build the habit of saving. Kasi, it's very good that we build the habit of saving, kasi if we've already built the habit of saving, no matter how much it is, diba, we have to build the habit, kasi if we've already built the habit, madali yung savings. 'Di ba? It doesn't matter. 'Di ba? Yung ibang tao kasi pag sinabi mo mag-ipon ka, 'di ba? They would think that konti na nga lang nang natitira sa ko sa income ko eh. 'Di ba? Iipunin ko pa ba 'yon? 'Di ba? Spend ko na 'yon. 'Di ba? So that's kind of mindset na ng karamihan din, no? Which is not necessarily right. It's not right, 'di ba? Kasi let's say for example you're saving 100 pesos per month, 'di ba? Ang tawag doon ipon pa din kahit 20 pesos pa 'yan, 5 pesos per month. Ang tawag doon ipon pa din. You just have to build the habit of saving no matter how much that is. Kasi kanina, 'di ba, I've also mentioned na, 'di ba, saving, investing, personal finance as a whole is not a numbers game, 'di ba? It's not math and numbers, it's psychology. You just have to be committed to the goals that you have, because if you really want to achieve that goal, you really have to save, you really have to invest. So building the habit of saving as early as now, as early as possible at a young age is really good. If I could lead you to a lot of wealth in the future. Okay, and what that means also is basically when you get your income, diba? Sa mga working, diba? Mga employees or business people right here, no, instead of paying, diba, for all your expenses first, like what I said in the rat race, then that's the time you save, diba? That's the problem with that is that your savings is not constant, 'di ba? Kapag ka income minus expenses equals savings, kadalasan hindi constant yung nasi-save natin, 'di ba? And then minsan nazi-zero, minsan negative pa. 'Di ba? So another way to do it and a better way to do it is when you get your income, save already. And then what's left of it is what you budget for your expenses. Okay, so that way, no, your savings is prioritized. You don't have to worry if may matitira pa ba sa sahod ko, sa pera ko, because you've already set aside money for your savings. So you have that peace of mind as well. Diba? So that's the good thing, the peace of mind. So kayo ba guys? Are you having your peace of mind na? Are you regularly saving or working on it? Sige, let me know. Ayan. Okay, may nakita ko trying to stick with the new formula daw. Okay, good yan. Okay. All right. Okay, as you can see in here, I made this illustration and I want you to imagine yourself as a company. Since diba, I come from more of a business background, this is how I want to show it to you guys. So when you get your income as a business, you should always think about your expansions because no business wants to stay the same, no? No business wants to die. Of course, when you are an individual, your expansions may be you want a business or you want a future home, maybe you want a future family, future car, take those vacations, and of course, pay your future self. So, which is what we talked about earlier. So, yung retired self mo who won't be earning anymore, pagkatapos mo maglagay ng pera to your savings and your expansions, that's the time you put your money. You budget your money for your company expenses. Yourself muna, your future self muna. So, ayun. And then yung company expenses, so, ayun, it means your utilities, your foods, your rent, your loans, and also your current stuff. So, I know I've been talking about saving and, sa future na tayo mag-enjoy ng todo, ganun. But I still want you guys to be happy. Diba? Kasi, uh, you are the human cap. You are the human capital of your business, you are your company, and if you're sick or unhappy, then you are going to be unproductive. You might not be able to work properly and effectively. So I still want you guys to exercise self-love as long as it's a reasonable amount naman. Diba? Okay, so the favorite part of everyone is to spend. So we've already earned, we've already saved, and then now to spend, okay? But what I'm talking about when I say spend is to learn how to budget your money that's left after saving. So budgeting. Okay, so here are some famous budgeting rules. So it's not a strict rule, but if you're a beginner, maybe you can follow it. So there's 80-20 budget where 80% goes to your expenses and 20% goes to your savings. There's the 50-30-20 budget where it's very similar, but instead of just saying 80% goes to your expenses, you divide your expenses to your needs and wants. So 50% goes to your needs, 30% to your wants, and 20 to your savings. And then lastly, we have the 60-20-20 budget. So 60% to your needs, 20% to your wants, 20% to your savings. So if you notice now, the advised savings is minimum of 20% because it will take you roughly 37 years, or that would be around the time we retire, right? That's the 60s. So if you're in your 20s right now, it would be taking you 37 years of saving 20% of your savings to be able to be financially free. Diba? So if you're saving 20% right now, very good. That means you can retire comfortably with enough money by the time you retire in your 60s. And if you want to retire earlier naman, then you also have to put up, mas pataasin natin yung savings rate natin. So, yun. So, if you're starting out right now, that's good, diba? And kung sa mga students naman, no, you can start saving 5 to 10% na din. That's fine. Pero if you're already working, I highly suggest at least 20% and then try as much as possible to grow it from there, yung savings natin. Okay, so basically, needs wants, finance essentials, which is the savings. So needs are the things that you need to survive. Diba? Basically, very straight to the point, right? So your rent, your housing loan, your utilities, your food, your transportation. And then your wants are, shopping, eating, drinking out, entertainment, diba? Travel. So it is very nice to have, but when we think of it, we don't really need them naman. So they are wants, the nice to have things. Diba? And then lastly, the savings part or the finance essentials. So emergency savings, investments, your insurance, savings for blank, because people have different goals, and I don't want to tell you naman to save for your family and save for your future house. Baka you don't want a family naman, or you don't want to be tied into one location, diba? And of course, again, retirement fund. So that's always something that I have to emphasize, because if you're in your 20s and 30s, it's so hard, diba, to think about retirement. It's also hard to think when you're grand old and you need a retirement fund because it's so far away pa naman, diba? But as we know about investing or saving, we have to take advantage of time and compounding interest, diba? Okay, so to recap, the first three parts of personal finance is to really earn, save, and spend. Okay, so these three things are very important for us to be able to move on to the next two steps, which is protect and invest. So this is protect and invest. Okay, so these are the things that we will need for us to be able to build our wealth now. So, I can see a lot of people who jump right into investing without even having an emergency fund, without knowing where their money goes every month. Diba? So that's why I feel like it's very important to really go back into the savings part. Okay, so how to start building wealth, diba? All right, so I have a pyramid right here, which I call the wealth building pyramid. So this is the right asset allocation. This is a very important rule in the money game for you to be able to achieve financial freedom and develop the financial confidence, financial independence. So now let's dive in. So in the proper asset allocation, there are three types of investment buckets. So there is the high risk, the growth, and the protection. Let's go first with the high risk. Ano ba tong high risk na ito? Okay. So high risks are traditional businesses, stock trading, cryptocurrencies, forex, or any speculative investing. So these are all high risk that could give you high returns, and also at the same time high risk that all the capital that you put in here will all be wiped out. So simply put it as something that could get you rich quick but could also get you poor quick. So that's how it is. And now let's move on to growth. Okay, so the growth part, these are proven and tested investment skills that your strategy would be you'll hold it for the long time, for the long term, for your wealthy retirement. So it's such as index funds, mutual funds, variable unit life or BULs, and also real estate. So this is your strategy to get rich certain, diba? On the right timing. It will make you rich, diba? For sure, diba? In the long term. And then, okay, the third type of the investment bucket is the protection. So ito yung emergency fund, life insurance, health insurance, and critical illness fund. So this is very important for you to be protected in the life uncertainties or emergencies. such as accident, premature death, critical illness, or living too long. So the reason why very important is simply because kahit gaano kaganda yung na-build mong investment portfolio, even though your business is really booming, kahit gaano pa kaganda yung negosyo mo, if emergencies suddenly strike and you are not prepared, the worst thing that you want to do with your assets is to withdraw it, is to liquidate it. That's the worst thing. That's the thing that you don't want to do. Diba? That's the thing that you want to avoid. Diba? Kasi in the first place, that's not the reason naman why you're investing, right? So we're not investing para pambayad lang ng hospital bills or any emergencies, 'di ba? We are investing because we have a goal. We want to achieve that goal, 'di ba? We have a future to fund. And we ourselves want a better and richer life for ourselves, right? So the worst thing that we want to do is to withdraw or liquidate our assets just because of the life uncertainties that are very prevalent right now. 'Di ba? Like, ang daming nagkakasakit, 'di ba? Ang mahal ng mga hospital bills. We don't want to deal with that with our own money lang. We don't want to risk, 'di ba, our savings and our investments just for that. So, if your question is, saan ako magsisimula for me to be able to build my wealth? Start with your protection. Diba? Start with your protection muna. All the way to your investment towards your growth. And then now you can go for the speculative investments or the high risk investment buckets na. Okay? So para kahit anong mangyari sa'yo, kahit anong mangyari sa magkaroon man ng emergency, you're protected, you're secured. You don't have to withdraw or liquidate your assets. 'Di ba? Okay, so ayan, just to sum things up, no, ayan, a quick summary. So let's do a quick recap. Okay, so aside from the 5-step process, guys, aside from the 5-step process to financial freedom, what is the first thing that we should do? Sige nga, ayan, I want to see, can someone guess? 'Di ba? Ano yung dapat nating baguhin? 'Di ba? Sige. Let me see. Okay. So, ayun. So, the first thing that we have to change first is our mindset about money. Kasi like what I've mentioned kanina, no, money or personal finance investment, it's not all about math and numbers. It's all about psychology. So, for you to be able to achieve your financial goals, you have to set into your mind na, di ba, I need to save a certain amount, this certain amount monthly. It doesn't matter if it's 100, 200 pesos, 500 pesos per month. You build that habit of saving and then you grow from there. Mas madaling nang palakihin yung iniipon kapag na-build na natin yung habit. So, it's a matter of psychology and your commitment to your goal. And then, guys, okay, so there are 5 steps to financial freedom that I've shown the earlier. Ano nga yon? Meron bang makakasagot? Okay, may makakasagot ba? Ano yung 5 na yon? Okay, ayan, flash ko na. Okay. So, it's save, spend, protect, and invest. Diba? So, una, we have to generate a source of income. Second, we have to learn how to pay ourselves. First, our savings. Diba? We have to save. Third, we have to spend. Ayan, spend wisely, budgeting. And then the fourth is protect. So we have to, diba, protect our income from life uncertainties. And then the fifth is we now have to make our money work for us by investing. Okay, so all right. And then sa wealth building pyramid naman, quick recap. So as what I've said, no, a lot of people kasi ask the same questions na where to start, and I can see a lot of people get into investing on high risk na kagad, mga speculative na kagad. So ayun, they quickly lose money, a lot of money, which is hindi dapat. So 'di ba, sa lahat ng bagay we undergo a certain process. Ganon din sa pagpapayaman, ganon din sa building wealth. We have to follow the right process to get there, for us to be able to get there. So the right process is to start with the protection. So protection muna from life uncertainties, and then to your growth or long-term investments. And then you can now go to high-risk investments. Pero remember, guys, to only invest a small portion of your portfolio sa mga high-risk investments. Kasi since it's high risk, 'di ba? Parang kung 'di ba, mawala man kapital mo, and if you only invested a small portion of your portfolio, di masyadong masakit. 'Di ba? Especially you have long-term investments and protection investments as well. And kung sakaling mag-boom man yung speculation mo, yung high risk investment mo, you still get to benefit, 'di ba? So, I hope you guys took some notes kasi ito na yung mga secrets, 'di ba? To financial freedom and building wealth that schools don't teach. So just master all of these, especially yung 5 steps to financial freedom, and ito, yung wealth building pyramid, and you'll see yourself having such an abundant life in the future. All right. Okay. So that concludes my talk. And I'd also love to know your learnings and takeaways from this webinar. So you can tag me then on your Instagram stories about this. You can mention my IG username at Tehila Jill. And also, if you want to learn more from me, you can follow me on TikTok, like the Wise Peso FB page, and also join my free Facebook group, the Wise Peso Community. All right. Okay. So again, thank you so much, Vista Residences, for having me here. And thank you to all of you for tuning in.
So wow, thank you, Ms. Tehila, for educating us and giving us opportunities to learn how to, of course, manage our finances well and broadening our financial knowledge. So, ikaw naman, Miggy, what's the lesson you learned from our topic today?
Oh, okay. So for me, I just found out na may certain name yung ginagawa ko, the rat race cycle. So I didn't know na my name pala yun. And then I have to like escape it. So if I want to earn like financial freedom and stuff like that.
So, with that, we will now move on to our Q&A portion of our program. So, if you have additional questions for Ms. Tehila, I invite you all to drop in the comment section below. So, if you have additional questions, please do comment now. So, for Miss Erica, how can I have financial freedom if I don't have much savings?
All right. Okay. So, like what I've mentioned there earlier, no. So, really, the first step, actually, the reason why most people don't have much savings is because, ayun nga, yung una, it starts with the mindset, diba, that we, have to save naman a lot, diba? We have to save a lot of money. We have to invest a lot of money. Well, that's actually not, not an excuse, not an escape. You can start investing at an amount that you're comfortable with. Let's say, for example, 500 pesos per month. You can start saving with that, diba? Hindi naman kailangan na mag-start tayo at a big amount, diba? Especially when we're starting. No, we just have to build the habit of saving, and then mas madali na yun i-grow from there when we've already built the habit of saving. So my my advice would be for you, Erica, 'di ba, na to help you no to start saving, 'di ba, at a comfortable amount na 'di ba. So kaya mo 'yan. Just build the habit of saving.
Okay, so up now we have another question from Miss Dread Raagas. So, do you have an app that you can recommend to us viewers to use to help us monitor our daily finances?
Okay. So there are actually a lot of, apps, that helps you track your finances. So pwede kayong mag-search sa Google Play ng mga, 'di ba, finance tracking apps like Money Lover. Ayan, pwede Money Lover, Blue Coins Finance. And kung ayaw nyo naman ng apps, pwede naman mag-track sa Excel. Ayan, Excel file. And also, like, sa notes, pwede naman. So, ayun, there are a lot of ways that, you can track your finances. So, if you want an Excel file, then I will also, give an Excel file freely dun din dun sa aking community. So, if you want to, join there, just search on Facebook, the Wise Peso Community.
Mm, okay. So,
So, another question from Sir Chino Canlas. So, do you have an advice for people who have already tried investing but failed and does not want to reinvest again?
uh,
Okay. All right. So I'm having, these types of questions. My TikTok, from Instagram, there are people also that are asking this. And what I say kapag ganito, no? So the main reason siguro why some people don't want to invest again is because ayun nga, they failed at investing. So maybe the reason why they failed in investing because yun nagpadala sa hype, ganon. They didn't really, they didn't really study about the investment that they went into. That's why it's very important that you get the enough knowledge muna before you jump right onto investing. So, kailangan hindi tayo basta-basta nagpapadala sa opinions ng karamihan. So, kailangan, ano tayo, meron tayong research na sarili. So, when you're investing, there's always to, 'di ba, do your own research and also to to be responsible, 'di ba, with our money. So, ayun, it's very important that we have our own conviction kasi. So, we have to do our study or research as well.
Okay.
we have another question, Steve. So, this is from Bea. Do you think financial literacy should be included in our schools and universities curriculum already?
Mhm. Yes, of course, 'di ba? So, it's very important that, people, especially, young people, 'di ba, to finances because as what I've said kanina, no, this is not something that we learn from schools, 'di ba? This is not something that is being taught in schools. A lot of people are struggling, a lot of people are getting want that. We want to have a more we want people to have more, 'di savings and to have more knowledge on investing and managing their finances. So it's very important for me to be, included in schools and universities curriculum.
Mm,
So, we have another question from Yves June. So, how do I best capitalize on investments if I only have a small amount to invest?
Okay. So there's what we call peso cost averaging. 'Diba? So you just have to set like a certain amount of money to invest. Doesn't have to be big, 'diba? To start investing, you can do peso cost averaging that you set a certain amount of money and you invest that every month. Let's say, for example, you decide to invest like 1,000 to 2,000 pesos per month. That's your budget, or even 500 pesos per month. There's already Pag-ibig MP2, there's already G Invest, 'di ba? That lets you invest with a small amount of money. So that breaks that mindset of, you need a lot of money to invest, because right now you can invest for as low as, 50 pesos a month, right? Like 500 pesos a month, 50 pesos a day. So it doesn't require a lot of money to start investing.
Okay. Okay, so I think this will be our last question. So, from Miss Anne, do you have any advice for someone like me who wants to be financially freedom, but also a breadwinner?
Okay. So, yeah, so I have this questions as well. I receive these questions a lot of times also for breadwinners, right? So, if you're a breadwinner, you first want to communicate with your family as well, 'di ba? So, if you yourself are having a hard time na to earn and provide for all of the needs in your family, then you can be more transparent with your family members. You can tell them the situation that you're in, and you can also, help them realize that, if they can work din naman, or if they can start a side hustle or a business to help you out, then you could do that for you to be able to also save more for yourself. And also, one thing that I want to emphasize is for you to be able to pay yourself first. No, it's not being selfish, but you have to be able to think of your future as well. Kasi if you yourself naubusan ka, 'di ba? Wala aasahan yung family mo. 'Di ba? So you yourself have to build that habit of saving and investing for your future, not only for your future, but for the future of your family. You can start saving like what I've said earlier, na small amounts, start with small amounts, and then try to grow from there if kaya, 'di ba? Save to invest, not just save to save. So the first thing that you want to save on is, your emergency fund. So that's at least 3 months of your expenses, monthly expenses. Kasi since you're a breadwinner, if emergencies happen, you need money na pwede mong mahugot anytime, 'di ba? And then pay yourself first, 'di ba? Protect your income, ayan, get insured, and also invest for yourself and for your future, and also for your family. So, ayun, you can start with small amounts and just grow from there. Ayun. So, that's my advice mainly for breadwinners, to be able to pay yourself first. And yun, communicate to your family members. Kasi, kaya ka naman nila sigurong tulungan, 'di ba? And they would really appreciate if you also communicate to them. So, ayun.
So, yeah, that's very helpful advice talaga. So, all right, that's it for our Q&A. Thank you, Ms. Tihila, for sharing your insights with us. I hope everyone learned the importance of financial planning, especially during these uncertain times. So, again, Ms. Tihila, if you have any last words for our viewers or any tips and advice.
I'm sorry, what is it again?
So, if you have any last words or advice for our viewers before you let you go.
Okay, so my last advice and tips for you guys is for you to, prioritize your future, and prioritize saving and investing for your future, for you to be having a wealthy life, 'di ba, in the long run. And also, don't deprive yourself too much for you to be able to have that great future ahead. Just reward yourself pa then every now and then if you're doing a great job on your work, on saving, on investing, about managing your finances, diba? Work on yourself more and have more skills and knowledge that could help you, get additional income and could help you grow financially and personally.
Okay, so thank you
Okay.
very much again, Mr. Yuda.
Yes,
So
thank you so much, ma'am.
So again, with that, before we move on to the next part of our program, so we would like to remind everyone to like and share our live stream today, so that more people can learn about and the knowledge that our speaker has shared with us today. And also, don't forget, by liking and sharing the live stream today, you'll be able to be part of one of our three lucky winners.
So let us now move on to the next part of our program. So we present to you Smart Investments by Vista Residences. Make a smart choice. So as you all know, Vista Residences is the vertical development arm of top property developer Vista Residences, Vista Land and Landscapes Incorporated, which offers top tier properties across the country's premier universities and colleges, most progressive business districts, and transport oriented hubs. So, this was established in 2004, formerly known as Polar Mines Realty Ventures, rebranded in 2009 as Vista Residences, with, of course, over 38 projects in various development stages.
Okay, so Vista Residences has 16 years of industry experience. So in present, there are 10 cities around the Philippines with 57 towers and 28,000 total units and about 80 billion estimated total project values. So we are present in the center of economic growth and commercial activities, the Central Business District. So first off, experience life right at the start of right at the heart of Ortigas. So we have the Spectrum, a pre-selling project located in Ortigas Center, Pasig City. So then we have Vista Shaw, a ready for occupancy project in Shaw Boulevard, Mandaluyong City. And lastly, we have Salcedo Square, a ready for occupancy project in Salcedo Village, Makati City. Next up, we have Quezon City. So more than just a city of stars. So let so live a hassle-free condo living in Quezon City. We have Hawthorne Heights and Vista Point. They are both pre-selling projects located in Katipunan Avenue, Quezon City. And also, we have the Will Tower, located in Eugenio Lopez Drive, South Triangle, Quezon City.
So we are also present in the capital city where history and opportunity meet, the city of Manila. So Cusina Heights is a pre-selling project located in Taft Avenue, City of Manila. Sky Arts Manila, it's also a pre-selling project in Malvar Street, City of Manila. And we have Plumera Heights located in Taft Avenue, City of Manila. So for our regional projects, um, experience life in Baguio City with Canyon Hill. It's also a pre-selling project located in Pacdal Road, Baguio City. We have Suarez Residences in Cebu is your ideal lucrative investment located in Gordo Avenue, Cebu City. And last but not least, The Loop, which is ready for occupancy and located in Lepcancay, Cagayan de Oro.
So now, Vista Residences also offers the new rent-to-own program. So making the process of being a Vista Residence condo owner even simpler and more accommodating for everyone. So first we have Pinterest. So experience Swiss living in Quezon City with Pinterest located in New Manila, Quezon City. Next up we have the Symphony Towers, which is then located in Esguerra Street, Quezon City. And finally, we have Loriano di Trevi Towers, located in Pasong Tamong, Makati City.
So these investments, of course, are really, really worth it, as you can see. So moving on to the last part of our program, we
Okay.
will now be announcing the winners of our Share a Live Stream contest. So we will be announcing the three lucky winners who can each win 500 pesos.
So yeah, so hopefully everyone's excited.
Yep.
Okay. So okay. So I guess ang daming active no, Jake, dahil hindi pa
Yeah.
nakakapil eh.
Do we have so comment from Darwin Flores is thank you po, lots of learning. Done, liked, and shared. So I hope you win po, Sir Darwin Flores.
Congratulations, Sir Darwin. So, okay. Next up. So, I guess so we have our first winner. Two more to
So
go.
congrats po.
So, next up we have Sir Josel de los Santos. So, hashtag Vista Residences, hashtag real estate investing. Oh, congrats, Sir
So
Josel. Kita
yes,
namin na super
congrats.
active ka kanina.
Yes, comments. He was always participating in Miss Tehila's talk. So congrats po, sir. And last but not least is Miss Erica Castillo Juan. Hashtag Vista Residences, hashtag real estate investing. So congrats to our three winners of our 500 pesos cash prize.
So, yes. So, again, please message the official Vista Residences page so that we can claim your prize. So, with that, we would like to thank our speakers again, Ms. Tehila, for taking your time and sharing your knowledge with us today with the topic of financial planning and its benefits. Then we would also like to thank all of our viewers today. We really hope that you learned something today and enjoyed our talk. So, and last, also, if you guys have any topics or suggestions that you want us to talk about, please leave a comment down below. So, for our next investment lab.
So yes, we would definitely love to hear your ideas about that. So we would also want to invite everybody for our future events to stay updated. To stay updated, of course, you can follow our social media accounts in Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. So we once again want to thank Ms. Tehila for the talk, for the very insightful talk today. And I think that's a wrap for today, Miggy. So
Yeah,
see you next time, everybody. Have a good day and stay safe.
thank you, everyone.
Nothing is as precious as life's fleeting moments. In them, we feel alive. In them, we see the things that matter most. Vista Residences lets you live in these moments by being just a heartbeat away from everything. Whether in pursuit of dreams or in pursuit of the best things in life, no one should be too far away from where their passions reside. We create beautiful spaces to live in the middle of the city, so anyone can make of the moment and live those moments beautifully. At Vista Residences, we're proud to build according to the idea of the global Filipino. We set our sights to global standards while keeping to a distinctly Filipino touch. At Vista Residences, one will never be away from where the heart is, because we will always be in the heart of the city. Whether for leasing or for owning, make an investment that matters. Invest in Vista Residences. It is where life's best moments happen.